Call the Village of Johnsburg, September 13th, 2016, special meeting with the President of the Board of Trustees to order at 7:04. On the roll, Trustee Hutchinson?
Here.
Trustee Frost? Here. Trustee Heeman? Here. Trustee Curry? Here. Trustee McAvoy? Present. Trustee Clemstein? Here. Village Administrator?
Here.
Claudette Peters? Special Writers Coordinator? Quinn? Police Chief? Keith Manalo? Yes, here. Most popular guy in town. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have nothing from the floor. Is anybody from the floor would like to say something to the board? Okay.
I already introduced myself before, but it's a pleasure to be here, and I am Kay Bates, and I am running for McHenry County Board. I gotta tell you, these people put on one heck of a great office rating that parade put us to shame in McHenry. We were so well organized, and it was a privilege to be part of it. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. Mr. Bartman?
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is John Bartman. I just wanted to introduce myself, and then you may know I'm the gentleman who's replacing Jack Franks on the ballot this fall for state representative. I've had the privilege and the opportunity to canvass door to door in your community for the last 2 weeks, and that's where I met Kyle, and he was very kind and told me if you're in town to come and introduce yourself. And I just wanted to do that and let you know, because I know many of you have probably knocked on your door, you've received my literature. I've really enjoyed the fact of being here in Johnsburg. I'm a lifelong resident of McHenry County. I'm a fifth-generation farmer from Marengo, and I'm a Marion Central graduate. I always had a good time coming up here to Johnsburg to play football. So it's wonderful people here in town. I had the privilege of going to St. John's for Mass before I went canvassing, so you're very lucky that you have a beautiful church and a wonderful community. So our family is originally from Buffalo Grove, which was a very close-knit German Catholic community as well. So you're very special here in Johnsburg. I also, just to let you know, I worked at the Illinois Department of Transportation for 12 years, where I served as a local agency liaison. And for a while, I had the privilege of working with the Council of Mayors here in McHenry County. I understand how precious our MFT dollars are, and I know that our budgets are extremely tight. And I wanted to be able to help with that by using my leverage and that power that I had by working at IDOT for 12 years. Transportation is a huge engine. I do support the Route 53 extension. Many of your residents also support it. I've had the privilege of talking with many of them, and I know that they don't work in this area. They work to the east, and for us to take 2 hours to get to O'Hare is crazy. It's a quality of life issue. So I have some brochures here. I don't think it's apropos for me to hand that out, but if I could just give you my cell phone number just to reach out if you ever need anything. It's area code 815-814-8282. For those of you that know, I have a great working relationship with people on both parties. I have no axe to grind. I'd like to get something done. I think that's what we're all looking for. And I commend all of you for being on the board and for volunteering your time and for caring about the community enough. I know what that's like when people go to the grocery store and they ask you, why is my road being plowed? I'm not going to vote for you anymore. I understand what that's all about, and I appreciate that, and I would look forward to being your state representative and being able to support Johnsburg and your needs that you have. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me directly, and I apologize once again for my casual dress, but like I said, I've been going door to door. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? No? Okay. Could I have a motion to approve the omnibus agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee McAvoy, seconded by Trustee Hutchinson. Discussion on the motion. With there being none, on the roll. Trustee Hutchinson.
Aye.
Trustee Curry.
Aye.
Trustee Frost. Trustee Frost.
Aye.
Trustee Heaton.
Aye.
Trustee McAvoy.
Aye.
And Trustee Knowles-Stein.
Aye.
Motion carried. Committee appointments, I have none for tonight. I'm waiting for some feedback from some certain people, and I also, if you saw the email that I had, sent out, if anybody has any ideas, we're seeing people on finance, D&G, and ordinance. So, if you have some suggestions, I'd appreciate it. And you can contact them or just call Claudia and I have contact them if you want me to. New business, first read. Move to approve ordinance 16-17-18, granting a variance for the property commonly known as the Tuna property, 1802 West River Terrace Drive. We have a motion, or discussion on the motion because it's first read. It will be on the agenda for the next time around. Discussion on the motion.
Can you give us a description of exactly what you're doing? We are taking down a chain link, a old fence, and replacing it with, what would you call it?
Aluminum, a black aluminum. There should be, I think there's a photo and something like that, as an example. It's just a lot more updated. The chain link existing is pretty rusted and pretty ugly. So that's part of the project. That will go from, as shown on the plat survey, part of that'll go towards the river. It doesn't impede anybody's view at all. The same exact height as what's existing. And truly we are just following the same line. So we're actually already inside our property line a little bit. So, we knew that from when we rebuilt that our fence is not fully to our lot line. And then the other part, there's an existing white fence that from where that meets at the corner going toward the road, that's where we're asking for a variance to put up more of a privacy fence to cover up, our neighbor's shed and a lot of things that he's got behind there.
I don't know if everybody got pictures with the attachments, but I see what they want to cover up.
Are those logs behind the shed?
Why does that portion need a variance? Is it because the height of fence or what?
Because it's privacy. You have to have.
To see
privacy.
inside the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's like shadow boxes.
I've got the picture here in front of me, and it looks like there's a whole bunch of cruddy weeds growing,
You can see through.
and I don't know what's all stacked in here. It looks like, is there a boat trailer in there?
There's a boat trailer, a lot of logs.
There's like two boat trailers stacked on top of each other, and then there's a lot of weed behind there. Some of it is tools and things are behind there. There's garbage can behind there. On our side of it, our boat trailers on our drive, and that's mainly what we're just looking to cover up is looking at that shed, which every year just seems to get more logs and they don't go away, and we're just kind of tired of looking at it. And our intent with the privacy fence is, we want to use the one that has the lattice on the top with the intention of, also planting a lot of, some flowers and plantings in front of that. So it's just not this big, white, ugly, stark setup.
The PVC?
Yeah. That's why we can't do the offset, because the PVC, and frankly, we don't want to do wood because we don't want to have to paint it every year.
Right. Because you'd be stuck painting it, right?
Absolutely. And scraping it.
So, if you guys put this fence up, a portion of your lot is going to be on the other portion of the property, is going to be on the other side of this fence, is that right?
No.
Are you going to put it right on the lot line, or just?
No, it's actually inside the lot line.
Inside
The woodshed that you see there is actually like 5 inches on our property.
Where did you see this picture?
I'm just looking at it right now, that's giving.
matter is, yeah, how much, when you close it off, how much is gonna impede the view of that? I think that's what we would,
It's not going to impede any view of the water or...
It's on the roadside.
It's on the
Okay.
roadside.
Okay.
It's mainly like,
oh, I see, okay.
I think it's a benefit to both
Blue is
parts.
I think it is.
Blue is the raised
They're not
portion
looking
of the
at
fence, is that correct?
your trailer, and they're not looking
Yes.
at their shed.
yeah, I think when you come down the street, that's the thing Steve has always said, when you come down the street, it should look a lot nicer than what you're seeing now.
Well, I'm pretty much good with this, but I'm kind of disturbed that we have to do this to hide this.
Yeah, well, we'd really like to hide the garage and its feeling too, but we don't want to go all the way to the street.
I mean, that... Have you seen this picture, Keith?
No.
Well, that...
Thank you
Do
for
you think there's a ordinance issue?
Well, we certainly can look into it.
The problem you have with that, John, is that it really is the street side on the river. We look at the front yard as being the river and
On
the
the
back.
side of it, isn't it?
Well, it's really
Back.
towards the street.
Yes.
It's towards the
So-
back
Well,
end of the
the
lot.
street and
So it
behind
would be
his
what we
garage,
would call the
people would
backyard
do
in that
that.
situation.
That's all your problem.
Have you called the CSOs on the community service officer?
Maybe you don't want to create one for street.
And it would be.
I got it.
You have a change your
Any other questions for Mr. and Mrs. Quinn? Okay. With the meeting done, we will have it on the agenda for 2 weeks, or no, actually, it's soon.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 27?
Yeah, so the 27th of this month, we'll final approval.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Break my meeting.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Entertain a motion to approve and accept from Superior Paving Incorporated in the amount of $30,669.70 for improvement of paving of the front parking lot area at the Public Works facility.
So move it. Second.
Motion by trustee McAvoy, seconded by trustee Heeman. Discussion on the motion.
I just wanted to
You
point out
wanna
one
do
thing,
it,
that's why I
you
wanted to have it separately on the agenda. I just wanted to point out that a part of this also includes expansion of that front section. As you're looking at the building, off to your left, just past the fence line, is currently a grassy area. They're going to be excavating that out and also hard surfacing that section as well. As you're aware, there have some challenges with just housing even all of our police vehicles, the police department, so they'll provide us with some additional secure parking for extra squad. I just wanted to point
All the
that out.
squads will be at, start and finish at the Public Works building, and then they'll all be fenced in, and we'll free up the parking that we need at the police department that we talked about from the department, but on the road, we will so
Make use of what we have. I just wanted to point that out, like that is included, it's in this one.
Any other discussion?
That's significantly under the budget, the budget.
Well, the budget amount was 50,000, but if you notice on the Village Hall one, that one's a little over, so between the two paving numbers, it's gonna wash out. But that was in the budget. I'm gonna point out.
Any other discussion, Kevin? Maybe you don't want to do it?
No, I'm good with it. I just might be looking for that extra money.
That's what I was thinking, right?
No. That's money is the one.
Capital plan.
That one was lower, this one was higher, so.
This is a capital plan expenditure, is that right?
Yes.
Yes. And it was in the budget.
Okay, on the roll, trustee Hutchinson?
Aye.
Trustee Frost?
Aye.
Trustee Heeman?
Aye.
Trustee Curry?
Aye.
Trustee McAvoy?
Aye.
And trustee Feinstein?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Move to accept the proposal from Shoreline Creations in the amount of $50,300 for the Riverfront Park boat launch and pairing programs. Motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Heeman, seconded by trustee Cross. Okay, discussion on the motion?
You want me to give you a little
Yes, please.
lowdown on where we're at with this?
Yes.
This is the first phase of the boat ramp. So what we'll include in this is building a pop dam down there and tearing up the old ramp, putting in the new ramp. And then to the north, it'll be, we're going to tear out all that broken up concrete. We're going to put a boulder wall in there. And then to the south, of where the pier is right now, there'll be a small section of steel-driven seawall for approximately 10 feet, I believe. And then a pier that's going to be 50 feet long, 5 feet wide, and put in right where the existing pier is now. And that'll be a permanent pier with a synthetic deck on it, so we don't have to do a lot of maintenance on it. So that's phase one. And that's what this is for. Now, the issue is that we're over budget by about $18,000 on this first phase. So if we can find some funds from another project.
That's part of this parking savings too, the
Okay,
paving will
right.
all cover some of that.
I was just going to say, like we just talked about. Or if we don't have that money, I would like to see, but I don't know if we can do this, but rather than trying to piecemeal this thing in two different sections, we have money budgeted for next year, I would, see if we could pull that money up just to complete this first section, and then maybe we take a year off till we do the next phase.
Well, the motion includes doing the full first phase.
Okay.
So what you have before you tonight is moving forward with that full first phase.
All right, well, that's what I'm requesting, yeah.
And again, that was put on the agenda in that manner because there was additional capital fund money
Okay.
that are in this year's budget that aren't going to be used because of the
All right.
paving.
And I don't know if you guys want to hear about the other phases that we have over the next few years, but.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's good that everybody has an understanding of how we're moving forward.
Well, back to that steel sheeting, that's going to be, we did an upgrade on that, it cost about $700, and that's to galvanized steel versus steel, which we think is going to provide a lot more longevity to that wall. And then to the south of that, we will pick up all that broken concrete out of there, and we'll be finishing that off with the boulder wall that will match the wall that we're putting in this year. And in the next phase, we'll be up on the ground level, and we'll be totally redoing that area, and we're going to put in, I believe, 4 parking spots, and they'll be on a diagonal like this, off the roadway that goes down to the ramp. And that way, when somebody pulls, they go down, drop their boat off, they pull out, they can back right into one of those parking areas. And that way, when they come back, they can just go zip back down and get out. And that will be like a concrete block that allows grass to grow through it for the parking area, where it's at. And I think somewhere along that line, we have to put in some compensatory storage for basically everything that we're moving around down there. I don't have the detail on that.
So how many total parking spaces will be down there, Kevin, when we finally done?
Well, those spaces will be about 4.
Okay.
And then Ed and I looked to put overflow parking, maybe designate overflow parking behind the park back here. It's approximately a mile, I think we figured. So if you had, if that was filled, people can go up there and park. And I don't, honestly, John, I don't think you can get more in there right now than that,
Right. Do we run into, do we get any complaints from the fishermen and the hunters that there's not enough places for them to park in there? Is there?
I haven't heard anything.
So
But
parking is not a really major deal.
We've had people park in the hall here on the weekends, but there's nobody here, you know?
I think it's more of, you know, people showing up with family in 2 or 3 cars or something like that. You know, you get more family that are gonna go boating with.
So they're using our launch rather than one of the commercial launches like a
Yeah.
Balboa or
Oh, you know what, I forgot one major piece there. The next phase also is an expansion of that pier. So, we're still looking at that design, and it may be, my preference would be to do an L shape off of that, where you could have 2 or 3 spots where people could pull their boats around and hang them off, and then they can load, you know, their stuff over there versus, you know, kind of the ramp. And just, that existing pier down there is a safety hazard. And, you know, aesthetically, you know, I have to turn the other way when I go past my boat because it looks really bad. And it's not a good representation for the village, the way it looks right now.
Going back to my question about the demand for use, is there, I mean, what's driving Kevin, the park, you know, we're putting boat, yeah, I can see where we might want to put one boat out while somebody's launching or somebody's taking their boat out. What I'm kind of worried about is that we're creating almost somewhat kind of a commercial type situation going on down there in the midst of a residential neighborhood, and people are going to be, if we're, you know, providing an opportunity for an awful lot of use at a very low cost, because it is awful cheap for us then to be able to do that. Not only are we competing with our commercial launches, but we're creating more traffic and congestion in our residential neighborhood.
I don't really think you're going to get that. I think it's more aesthetics. I mean, the space itself is, you know, I mean, I know we have one issue with one neighbor down there that has problems every now and then, but, I don't think it's going to be.
Basically, John, I think what you have now is parking for 4 trailers, so you have, but the parking isn't on a diagonal like this, so they pull up and then have one neighbor
Light shining into his house.
and they get close to his lawn, or they run over his lawn, backing into the 4 spots that are there now, where this will eliminate that. It will put more grassy area to the south, but less grassy area right next to the ramp, and we won't have we won't be imposing on the neighbor across the street where the people run over his lawn and run over his stuff, that he gets excited about.
Will the little picnic area in there be taken out, the grill and everything?
There's still a little picnic table, probably to just a picnic area to the south, because now it will be longer and narrower, because you're putting the boat parking, where you're moving the boat parking basically on a diagonal, so people pull out and pull back like this, and then keep it on the property instead of running on George's property. And then that part that is gravel now to the south will be more grassy area, so it should be about the same.
If that grill has to be pulled out, it would be good if we pulled it out and put it on this part. That's a really, it's a nice grill, very durable. Sherman
Like a grill?
Just exactly like the one we got out here now. So it's just something,
You like it, bro?
I like it. I've used it a lot, and it works really great.
I think we may have one of those at Public Works.
Maybe we ought to have one at the rescue squad.
The rescue squad park. That'd be a good idea. I'll see.
I'll talk to Davey.
And, I think it would be, it's still nice to have them down there, too,
Yeah.
in the grassy area.
Kevin, do you see any of the other phases going over budget, or all falling under
That's our test. I mean, we based the budget on what HRB told us.
Right.
And, you know, we got 3 bids back. I was here for the bid meeting, and I took the bid opening meeting, and I walked over out with the guys and everything else. So, you know, I think really kind of threw it over the top, is I think HRB bid it like fast forward works. And I'm the guy that kind of pushed for that, because, from a maintenance perspective,
Yeah.
you know, great.
Any questions, further questions for Kevin?
I'm just wondering what puts us over the budget? Is it something added that wasn't originally part of phase one?
Well, I think it was going to the plastic board versus flat quarter board was a big part of it. We asked for some more detail on the pier for future additions to that. And the galvanized steel galvanized. That was only about $700.
How much longer will that last, you think?
What's that?
How much longer will that last, that upgrade in steel? How many years will it last?
70?
More, or?
Yeah, no, this last long time. I was asking them before the meeting about that, and tell me they chose to upgrade, and it was very smart.
$10 a year.
So you're thinking that, how many years, Kyle?
70 more years it lasts to be galvanized?
70 more?
More,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause the typical seawall is gonna start rusting and decaying at the water line in about 25 to 35 years. Galvanized.
So either way, none of us are worth worrying about.
We're good.
But it's real number out there. Just look at the galvanized pipe on docks, you know, see them rust away, anything.
So is that galvanized framework on the pier too, Kevin?
No, I think that's
Steel.
Raw steel pipe.
I think it's angled in the pipe, yeah.
No galvanized on it?
No.
Nothing, okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, you find out on that?
Raw steel and water, something
Yeah.
To galvanize.
Pretty much what everything is going.
32 cents a pound, typically, to galvanize on, right?
You should give them a throw down.
Do you want approval then, or you want to find an answer to Kyle's question?
Well, it's up to you. I'd like to seek approval. I mean, if I get the price and go into galvanize, if it's even conceivable, then I'll probably come back and bring it before the board again.
Okay.
Yeah, just additional.
Well, actually, that will be probably the last part of this stage, right? Because the damming up and going and tearing off the old one and all
Right.
that will be done before you do the bid, so we got some time to change our mind on that.
Yeah, they're even talking about putting the pier in after the ice comes in, so they can walk right out there. But
Okay. We have a motion on the floor. Any other discussion? With there being one, trustee Hutchinson?
Right.
Trustee Frost? Trustee Heeman? Trustee Curry? Trustee McElroy? Trustee Norstein? Motion carried. Motion to approve celebration in the park vendors.
Skip on that.
Oh, I did?
16, 17, 17.
Oh, damn. The most. Okay. See, this is all that work. Yes. Move to approve ordinance 16-17-17, authorizing settlement agreement between the State Bank Group and the Village of Johnsburg. The motion by trustee Heeman, seconded by trustee Frost. Discussion on the motion. With no discussion, trustee Hutchinson,
Aye.
trustee Ross.
Aye.
Trustee Heeman.
Aye.
Trustee Curry. Trustee McAvoy. Trustee Thompson. Motion carried. Move to approve celebration park members.
All right.
Trustee Curry, you making a motion?
I would like to make a motion.
Second. Trustee Frost. Discussion on the motion.
These are pretty consistent with last year's celebration of the park financially. Band planning a party obvious. We've seen them locally. They're going to help us out with $500. The bouncy houses will come in at $600. That's a little bit more than last year, but we're going to have one more bouncy house than we did last year. Maybe we spent $450 last year. And then fireworks, of course, we spent $6,000 last year on fireworks. Was our budget. We were looking to do that again this year. Good show.
Who's your vendor for the fireworks?
That would be RFK.
I'm sorry, who?
RFK. No. RFK is three local guys.
They have all the required licenses and...
Correct, yeah. $5 million liability insurance and all that good stuff.
That's it. Anything else?
I believe that covers it. Les and Sunnyside is kind enough to donate food again this year. Will be cooked and sold.
That's
Celebration. Junior Skyhawks will cook again this year.
You gonna do a bonfire again?
There will be a bonfire again. So we got bouncy houses and some games to go along with it. Bonfire is separate from the fireworks.
You gonna do robbers of the police?
That's up to chief. The Lions Club doing beer again, and
They're all set, ready to go?
And the business association is going to be sponsoring the face painting.
that's a new development. Thank you for doing that again this year.
Any questions for trustee Curry? If there being none, we'll do it on the roll. Trustee Hutchinson? Trustee? Trustee Heeman? Trustee Curry? Trustee McAvoy? Trustee Thompson? Motion carried. And there is no reason to go into closed session. So, with that, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion by trustee Curry, seconded by trustee McAvoy. On the roll, trustee Hutchinson?
Aye.
Trustee Frost? Trustee Heeman? Trustee Curry? Trustee McAvoy? Trustee Thompson? Motion carried. Thank you.